Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heart Center Tarot. As always, my name is Marina, and I will be your guide for this portion of the journey. Please help me welcome back to the channel, Jason Kempinski. Hello, Jason.
Hello.
Hey.
Good to see you again.
Nice to see you too. How are things?
Good. Good. I've been busy with a couple projects and doing some more online hypnosis or hypnosis, however you put that. So
yeah, hypnosis.
I don't know what you call it. Octopi.
Yeah. One of those things.
Yeah. So how about you?
Good. Busy doing just lots of shows, lots of work on the website that's new and improved. It was sprinkled by magic fairy dust, done by Val.
I just lost your sound.
Oh no!
Not sure why.
Oh no!
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay. All right. So
the
folks,
internet gods.
Yeah, just bear with us. This is going to be a fun show.
Yeah.
So,
always is.
Yeah. So just want to remind everyone to please like, share, and subscribe. I do have Jason's information in the description of the video. So make sure that you go over to his channel. And I think you're streaming this for your folks as well?
Yes, I am.
Perfect. So welcome, folks, from Jason's channel. And I will remind you when we do a stream like this, Jason and I can see all your comments. But if you're in Jason's chat, you're only going to see the comments from that chat. So if we start talking about something and you're wondering, have we gone nuts because we're talking about something you know nothing about? That's why. So have you got anything interesting coming up that you want to highlight?
I'm doing a spirit guide, Dolores Cannon style spirit guide group hypnosis online. It's gone back to Eventbrite. It just gets a little bit more notice. So that is actually, I think I posted a video on my channel too that has the link. So if you're interested, it's always fun. You never know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Spirit guides, there's always the theme, but some people experience something totally different, and that's kind of the beauty of it. It's you go in open-minded, and sometimes loved ones pop in. Sometimes people do meet with their guides. Sometimes people experience healing. So
perfect. And when is that?
It's actually this Saturday. So it is not QHHT. It is the method that Dolores Canyon used with groups. QHHT can only be done online or not online. So I just like to plug that in too. So.
Oh, perfect. Well, thank you very much. So guys, go over to Jason's channel. Make sure that you, check it out.
Yeah.
Check it out. And if you're interested in something like that, go for it. It will be fun. If nothing else, it will be fun.
Yeah, I just always because I hesitate always to say the word hypnosis because there's so much kind of tied up with that. I mean, if you listen to meditations, guided meditations, that type of thing, that is a form of hypnosis. So I always like to put that in there too, that it's not some type of woo-woo magic. You won't cluck like a chicken after you're done. It's completely safe. Safe and respectful, and a way to explore the hypnotic realm, I guess would be the way to put it. So,
oh, fabulous! So yeah, absolutely, guys, do check it out. And Jason and I will be doing some readings for you guys. And if you're interested in getting a free reading, type in, #Jason in the comment section, and I'll just remind you, you need to be in the chat if you're picked, and we're going to be using the fickle finger of fate spinning wheel to determine who gets a reading. And at that point, I'll ask you to please let us know that you're in the chat, and then I'll ask you to type in your question. Okay? That way, I don't have to worry about missing anything and so on. Trying to keep on, on top of it. So, with that having been said, I will mention to you guys from my end. If you're interested in booking a reading or finding out some of the classes that I have ongoing, please visit my website, which is marinasheartcenteredtarot.com, and check out what's available, as I say, in terms of readings, classes, and so on. I will give you a little bit of notice and a heads up that current prices are going to be in effect until the end of the month, and effective October 1st, all the prices are going to go up. So I haven't looked at increasing my prices for a year and a half, 2 years. It's time. It's time. Everything else has gone up. So, and as someone asked me, am I charging you a tariff? No, it's not a tariff. Yeah. There you go. So anyway, if you do want, as I said, if you do want to enter for a chance to get a reading, please type in #Jason. If you are picked as a winner, I will ask you then to confirm that you're here and type in your question. Okay? So yeah, there we go.
My sound cut out temporarily while you were announcing that, and so I was wondering why I was seeing #Jason in the chat, but now I get it.
There you go. That's why. So okay, sit back, you guys, and yeah, let's get it started. We'll try to get through as many of these as we can. So let me put this up, and we'll do the first set of 3 draws. So the first winner is come on, Blue Sunshine. Oh. Blue Sunshine, let me know that you're here. Type your question in, and please put it in all caps, so that way it will get my attention. Okay, and next on the list is, thank you for being here, by the way, everyone. I really appreciate it. Oh, I'm not reading for her. No. I've heard things. So, yeah. Let's just draw again.
I heard she's charging tariffs.
Yes. I've heard the same thing. Norm. Well done, Norm. And I'm just writing these down. And then to our third person is Jackie Coon. Well done, Jackie. So please let us know that you're here. And please type in your question. Okay. Yes, Anita K, $5 tariff on a reading. Yes. So let me just double check to see if we have anyone. And I will say hello to, yeah, Norm says, I'm here. Well done, Norm.
And Blue Sunshine said she's here.
Perfect.
She's done one of my sessions. That's great.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much. And okay, Jackie Kuhn says I'm here. Perfect. So type in your questions. And okay, so while we're waiting for you guys to put your questions in, I'll let you know I'm going to be using the personal predictions deck. I'll also be using tarot, whichever one I'm called to. That's what I'm going to go with. So, okay.
I have 6 decks, and
You're ready to go.
I have a tarot deck. I'm learning about.
Yes.
So, yeah. So I just go wherever it calls to.
Yes. Excellent. Perfect. Okay. All right. So Norm and Jackie, if you want to put your questions in, otherwise we'll just do a quick energy read on what's happening now. That way, I want to get to as many of you as I possibly can. And yeah, if we're sitting back waiting for you to type your stuff in and it takes a while, it just means that several people don't have a chance to get a reading. So we're gonna hurry this along. Okay, so Blue Sunshine says, okay, I have constant fatigue and headaches. My thyroid levels are normal, but there's nodules. Do the nodules need to be removed? Okay, so medical questions are something that I think we both tend to kind of stay away from, because I don't know about you, Jason, but I'm not a doctor. Never spent a day in medical school. Have never even played one on TV. So can kind of.
I don't mind tapping in for.
Oh,
but
all right.
It's not medical advice. I always say that.
Yes.
Because I do with QTHC, there is the healing part, and so it's this is coming from a standpoint of spiritual, not medical. So there is, I'm not suggesting anything. So, generally speaking, this is kind of generally speaking, thyroid, anything with the throat chakra, that's all about speaking your truth and being heard. So that's kind of the general diagnosis, prognosis, whatever you want to call it. Anything with in terms of like cysts or nodules or anything like that has to do with blockages. So I think the fact that there is the physical manifestation of some type of blockage that you've been, think of it as swallowing our emotions. So something being held up within, just digesting. Really paying attention to that, because essentially once you start doing that type of search and asking your body questions like, what are you trying to tell me? And it will respond to you. It might be visions or words, phrases, memories, really just listening. And then, speaking out loud, I get the message, show me what I need to do, show me where I need to go, or, resources and things like that. So that's it's not really reading. It's just basically on, the spiritual bit.
Perfect. That is excellent. And what I got was caring for others. I also got strength is needed and unexpected surprise. And what I'm getting from these cards is you spend an awful lot of time looking after other people and kind of maybe bending your will a little to what it is that other people want. So I think there might be challenges in kind of standing up for yourself and saying, no, I'd rather not do that. Or no, I don't want to do that. I think you have a hard time saying no to people. So you might need, obviously, to muster up a little bit of strength and know that you are worthy of determining how your life is going to go and what decisions you're going to make, and make sure that they feel good to you. I think when you do that, that's when the unexpected surprise comes in, because you're kind of almost afraid that if you say no to people, that they're not going to like you. And that's not the case. I think that you'll find that once you set your boundaries and you start speaking up for yourself, people are going to be a little more respectful. They're not going to be kind of pulling and pushing on you the way that they have been. So it's kind of a roundabout way to answer that question. But I agree what Jason said. Yeah, it's that it is the throat chakra, right? The when you want to say something, but you swallow your words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. There are ways that
all of those sayings we have are true. I mean, it's just, it's easy. It's ridiculously easy. But if we pay attention to how we even phrase things, like, I don't have a foot to stand on and you're having foot pain.
Yes.
It's all along those lines. So.
Exactly. So, Blue Sunshine, I hope that was helpful for you. Okay. And then we have Norm, who says, I'm not sure about the question. Guidance from my ancestors. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see what it is that they want you to know. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm being told to go to another deck. All right, then. And the cards are all falling all over the place. So while I pick these up, you go ahead if you got. I don't have this happen. Yes.
So, ancestral wisdom. I pulled 2 cards in terms I have an ancestral deck.
Nice.
So one is the eagle, which is seeing things from a higher perspective. Summer, the honeybee, is all about basking joy and light and celebrating your abundance. There's also, I pulled a card in terms of tarot. 5 of Wands, except it was upside down. So this is about avoiding conflict or respecting differences, agreeing to disagree, respecting diversity. So I think that this is ultimately kind of the combination of I just heard kind of the noble warrior or the loving warrior, peaceful warrior. It's the time of, picking your battles, knowing when, we can only do so much and trying. Actually, we don't really need to change people's minds. They have to change it on their own. So that's kind of where this is going in terms of, giving people the information, and that's all you need to do. Because some people are not prepared to hear it. Some people aren't at that stage in their life and progression in terms of even understanding it. And it's a weight that a lot of us, it's a weight that we carry, thinking that we're responsible for educating the world about what they need to be doing and how to do it. And Spirit constantly says, all you can do is be there, offer that opportunity of open communication. If it's not returned, we have to move on. So I think this is essentially the summertime of it. There's so much, when that hits home, at least for me, like I don't have to worry about saving the world.
Yes.
It's a lot of load off.
It is. Yeah. It is. You know what? Sometimes it is cumbersome enough to carry our own baggage. We don't need to be picking up other people's baggage along the way. Right? Yeah. So, Norm, what I'm getting is your ancestors are saying that you are a carer. You have honored them with a lot a lot of caring, a lot of recognition of your heritage, and they appreciate that. They are acknowledging that. They're also telling me that you have there's a new situation that is coming up for you, and that it could be birth, new situation. The message down here is also, whoops, I can't read that. Sorry. Small print, got to put on glasses. Yeah, birth related. So the new situation, yeah, definitely either a new family member, or a renewed renewed relationship. Let's put it that way. They're also acknowledging that there are times when you have felt like you've been left behind, and don't think of it as you've been abandoned. Think of it more in terms of those were the times that you needed to gather your strength. You needed to recognize your own strength. So if that is how you felt in the past, thank them for that lesson, and then release those negative feelings that go with it, because you were not abandoned. You were shown your true strength. So I hope, Norm, that is helpful. And then we'll get to Jackie. And Jackie says, will we sell our Florida home in 2025 or 2026?
I feel like there's like a mass exodus of people wanting to. But over the period of the past 3 weeks or so, I've met with so many people that have property, or they're living in Florida, and I think that there's just like this collective awareness of maybe maybe we should go move in, or maybe we should be cutting our ties to Florida. So this is just kind of what I've been noticing collectively in terms of, you're not alone in this question. And I think that we need to step back and think, well, if everyone is thinking about this, maybe there's a legitimate message that's being delivered. Anyway, just had to share that.
Yeah, absolutely. And yes, Julianne Guthrie, I'm using the fickle finger of fate to determine who gets the next reading. And I'll just remind you, please, if you are picked as a winner, let me know you're here, and then type in your question. That way I have better chance of seeing it, catching it, and I don't miss it. Okay. So Jackie, what I've got for you in terms of that question is calm, peace, clear mind. If this is something that you want to do, make sure that you have a clear expectation of what it is that you want to sell your home for, and also recognize that I think you realize that there is there's a few things that you need to fix on the property before you can put it up to market and get full value. So do the things that you can, and don't sweat over the things that you can't. This is loss, sleep, fatigue. So it will happen. I think that chances are probably in 2026. I'm thinking springtime, towards the end of spring. It may be on the market for a little while, but it will definitely sell. Just be open to things that come in. Look at the offers fairly. And be willing to negotiate some things. right? Don't, if you get too settled in terms of, no, this is the price I want, I won't take a penny less, then you might encounter a few more problems. So be willing to look at those who, are saying, well, we can come in with this offer and it might be less than what you're asking for, but they're not asking for an inspection. They're not asking for an early closing. Those are all things that are benefits. So hopefully, Jackie, that will work for you. And I hope you found it beneficial. And what'd you get?
This is all positive. So I pulled another ancestry card. This is about the sun enjoying peace and happiness and success. My intuition is that has to do with probably time of year. So spring next year. Blessings, just in general. So knowing that, this is the right decision, not second guessing yourselves. I saw that your husband is ill. So probably this will be keeping his health and his peace and your own and at the forefront of this. I think possibly a negotiation is part of what this is really talking about. I also pulled a reversed 5 of Cups. Marina said it directly, finding peace. This is what it's about, is finding peace, acceptance, and being able to move on. So cutting attachments, cutting ties. I can't help but think in terms of the way the logic of higher selves and how they work. It's often, sometimes illnesses are a way for us to wake up and think, we need a change, we need to move, we need to find ways in which to make, to align more with why your husband's here, why you're here with him. So just taking comfort in knowing that as long as you're moving forward and making right, there isn't no right, wrong decisions, but ultimately you're trying to find peace of mind, that you'll be supported spiritually and asking for help. You don't have to do it alone.
Yes, absolutely. Perfect. All right. Before I do the next set, I had noticed earlier in the chat, someone had asked, it mentioned that, try to find Trish James, the creator of the deck that I'm using. And it says her website is under construction. It's not. So I'm going to put up the banner with her link. Okay, there you go. That's her website, is Trish James. So Trish with an E, JAIMES, oracles.com. And she is out of Australia. She's got several decks out now, and I find them fabulous. So there you go. If you just want to make a note of that and check that out. Okay, so let's go back to our picker, and we'll pick the next 3. And next on our list is MIVS, Mivs. And Mivs, let me know you're here, and then type in your question. I love that picture of the kitty cat. Yeah, I can't see you. I can't deal with this. Yeah. Lovely. A lot of kitty cats. Okay, Ginny F. And Ginny, let me know you're here, and then type in your question. And I've got my incense coming right at me. Cheryl Bonallo. Excellent. Perfect. We got our next 3. Yay! Okay. So, Mibs, right there. And her question. Okay, done. Let me scroll up to make sure. Ginny, got you. And then we've got Cheryl. And thank you, everyone, for joining us, by the way. Cheryl says I'm here. Okay. And type your question in, Cheryl. Yeah, we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you spending time with us. And love doing this. Love doing the readings for you guys. Okay. Yeah, it's a little, I've got a window open and it's a little bit of a breeze coming in. And so where I've got my incense, it's coming right at me.
It's not spirits, which I
yes, yeah, no. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Cheryl says I'm a new subscriber. Perfect. Wonderful. Okay. And all right. Well, put your question in, Cheryl, and while we're waiting, we'll go to Mibs. Okay, why am I not seeing that? I should be able to the questions that I've starred, and I'm not seeing it. Well, okay then. See, technical difficulties. It's always fun. All right. So, Miss is struggling financially. Will I find some relief by the end of the year?
I did not know you could have the feed on your.
Oh, yes.
Is that new?
Yeah, yes. Yeah, I think it's they've been doing it for maybe a month or so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Suzanne wants me to put your link in the chat. So yeah, if you can do that, Jason, that would be fabulous. Struggling financially. You know what, Nibs, I think that yes, things are going to improve. I had the justice card popped out, so I think that something that you thought was lost isn't really lost. And if you've been waiting for a settlement or something something financial, it is going to be coming in. So this can this could be a new job, or it could also be that maybe you're being recalled to an old job, and yeah, signing Two of Cups, signing new agreements, working on new things. So yes, it does. It feels like things are going to improve for you. And I'm getting November. I don't know why, but let's just go with it. Yeah.
So this is an interesting card always. The reflecting pool, stillness. You notice she's looking into the water. There's a swan underneath. So I really think this is related to setting good intentions and you know what you might be thinking may be a struggle and continuing in the future, just celebrating it as though that, you know, it's no longer a struggle. I know easier said than done in some cases. But from the spiritual perspective, it's all about it. The more that we worry, the more we manifest it. And so I, I'm not perfect by any means with that, but I think this kind of encourages the fact that it's the bluebird singing on your shoulder, happiness. So knowing that all will be well. This is different. I usually get more heart-centered information, but this is actually asking you to think more with your mind instead of your heart about this. And I'm not sure what exactly that means. I know we're supposed to think mostly with our hearts, but it might be not being overtaken by emotion about this and thinking about it strategically, what needs to happen or what will happen, and being truthful and honest with yourself in terms of whether it be current believed limitations and things like that. So maybe prioritizing the rational, logical side of things a little bit. And this is also, I got about boundary setting is really important for you too. So whatever that would mean related to your finances, are you trying to take care of everybody else more so than yourself? Do things need to be kind of prioritized? So I think this is maybe the logical, making a list, checking it twice, what's important, what's not, who's maybe sucking away some finances or not. So that I think that within that also that stillness and reflection, like, what do you need in your own life to make you the swan versus everybody else? So,
exactly. Yeah, and Miv says, I'm an empath. I always think with my heart. And you know what? One of the joys of being an empath is, that we do tend to defer to our heart center a little more. There's nothing wrong with that. Having nice, solid boundaries in place, however, can help you when you do have to take the emotion out of something, where you are observing, you're not absorbing. And there's a difference between the two. All right. So I hope that is helpful. Okay. And then we have Ginny. Oh, and I got my thingy back. Good. Ginny says, would love to know what my gifts are. All of them. All of them, Ginny. There's, we tend to box ourselves in and think that we can only have one or two. No, you can have all of them. It's the only difference between you and someone like Jason or me or anybody else is we practice. That's it.
Yeah, and I always like to share this too, because I meet a lot of people, and for someone asked what QHHT was, quantum healing hypnosis.
Yes.
People come in with questions for their higher selves, about anything and everything. I had that with a lot of people who are like, what are my gifts? What are my abilities?
Yes.
And the answer is always surrounding kind of the fact that we have a very, very, very limited idea of what abilities are, that there's actually thousands of different types of things we can do. Initially, when I started doing this, I was trying to put myself into a box, and the harder I tried, the more doubtful I got about myself.
Yes.
And it's just a matter of, being open to it and being, one of the unexpected things for me was just in what I was doing with hypnosis, I realized I was able to see people's lifetimes with them, which is not exactly the best thing all the time. It makes me ask better questions, but if it's really, and I am an empath too, so if it's really stressful or traumatic or things like that, I've had to learn to kind of observe and not absorb, which is the perfect way to put that. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there because I think it's important just for those of us who, we all have abilities, but if you're trying to put yourself in a round hole in your square peg, it's not going to work. So just being open.
Yep. Yep. And sometimes, Ginny, the best way is to explore all of them. Whatever you are drawn to right now, if you wanted to learn more about tarot, get a tarot deck, play with it, see what comes out. And if you change your mind about the tarot, it's okay. We're allowed to do that, right? That's how we learn different things. So I do agree with Jason in that, yeah, I spent probably a good solid 2 years when people would refer to me and say, well, Marina's a psychic. She's also a medium. And I would say, no, I'm not a medium. No, I'm a tarot reader. I am not a medium. I am not a medium. Until one day it was like, oh shit. That's what. So, yeah. So, all right. Look, I get reward for effort. Give it a try. Whatever you're called to, do a little bit of research, give it a try. And see what happens. And if it doesn't resonate with you or it doesn't feel comfortable, move on to something else. Yeah, absolutely. And did you pull some cards, or did you want to pull some cards? Yeah.
This isn't about, okay, I don't know. This isn't about your gifts, but the fact what is holding you back from exploring that. And the message is strong in terms of the fact that you have a protector, which I've only come across once in hypnosis, where it wasn't like a spirit, it was actually a protector guide that I was communicating with, which is unheard of. And it was actually kind of not scary, but I felt really uncomfortable asking questions about the client who was in the chair. But the fact of the matter was, she was extremely gifted. She was like, her children were mediums and they could see things, and she coached them. But when it came to her own abilities, she was like, nope, not going to do it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to feel. And it was like a really kind of a strange contradiction, but she had this protector spirit that was there, that was very adamant, saying she's had a lot of lifetimes where she's very gifted, and the only thing that's holding her back from actually doing it in this life is those fears and those worries and those concerns, like, I'm not going to do it right, or if I do this, this is going to happen to me, or this is, this is witchcraft, and all that stuff getting caught up in her head. And the fact of the matter is, she had this protector, so that anyone who even dared to like question her or judge her or get in her way in terms of unleashing her fullest potential, he, in her case, was there. The cards I pulled are kind of directing me to that same thing with you, is having joy in the experience, having fun with it, and not letting your own doubts or narratives or social concerns or any of that, because you are protected. So that was a long answer to your question, but I think that came through, because you have a lot of gifts. It's just, you just have to trust and know that you're going to be okay, and nothing bad's going to happen to you.
Exactly. Perfect. And just want to maybe this is something to, Lois said, what is a protector guide?
I had never heard. It's actually really interesting, because it was when I first started doing it, and so I was nervous anyway doing hypnosis, and
yes,
and there's a particular part of KHHT sessions where sometimes you go through a life, sometimes you might be taken other places, but then we ask for your higher self to come through, which typically, it can be your higher self, which is, I liken to kind of your soul that knows everything about you and all the lifetimes you've had. Sometimes it can be guides. Sometimes, yes, it can be ETs. We have galactic guides, so it really depends on what you're ready for. But the protector guide, I haven't come across a lot. That was the first time, and it was in my mind's eye, I saw like this big samurai. I don't know
Yes.
why. But when I asked for the higher self, it was him who was in spirit. And he told me, because I was so curious, I was like, so how does this happen? I've never heard of a protector guide. And he said, we had many lifetimes together. In each of those lifetimes, I went in as human to protect her. In all these different capacities. She was always very gifted and sensitive, and so he was always by her side in some form or another. He said he was an animal, so those animal familiars that you've heard of is legitimate. But he said that it got to the point where he decided he could do more and protect her more from both physical and spiritual if he stayed with her in her as every lifetime moving forward. So he was there as a presence that was very, I was nervous, and it was just because he was such a powerful force. So he confirmed the fact that, yes, there are those of us who do have protector guides. I mean, we're always protected, but there are those special cases where we've been through a lot and we're really scared, and just knowing that we have those with us is really, really powerful. So that's the short version of that.
Yes. And there are times too that, let's say, children who are very psychic, very in tune, very spiritual, but they're on the earth plane. They're young enough that they cannot find voice to what it is that they're seeing and hearing and so on. And for them, it can be scary because they don't have the language to explain to you what it is that they're seeing and feeling. So very often that's when a protector guide will come in, and it's almost like they're there, and it's almost like they shut off the gift for a little while until you're a little more mature, a little older, and then they can start letting things come in when you are more emotionally able to handle it. So protector guides are fabulous. So I hope that answers your question, Lois. Okay, and Cheryl says, where am I on my life path? Anything important I need to know or do? Where are you on your life path? And Linda Burgess, if you type in the comment section, type in hashtag Jason, and your name will go into the draw. And if you're lucky enough to get picked, then we'll absolutely look at your question. There you go. Yes, Lois, you did break the rules. This is going on your permanent record. And interesting. Okay. You are doing what you need to do to follow your life path. Okay. There are unexpected surprises that come in that especially recently, that are they're giving you opportunities and time to reflect. Things are coming up that are making you question. So I'm not surprised that you're asking the question that you are. Yes, you are on the right path. You are doing what you need to do. Follow your intuition, follow your gut. Wherever it leads you, know that it is never leading you in or on a path that is going to be detrimental to you. It is always something that is going to be for your highest good, if you trust in that. And when you start trusting in that more and more, things go in your favor. So you're I think the answer to your question is you're on the right path. You're doing what you need to do. They're saying thumbs up. Carry on.
I'm getting these tricky combinations, and I'm having to like.
Yes.
So the first card I pulled was specifically about Akashic records. So this is acknowledging your question about being on the life path. It's also pointing to the fact that you have been, and this is a lifetime, and which is for a lot of us, and clearing all old stories, clearing karma, getting everything done so that we can move on. And so this is kind of almost a catch-up lifetime for a lot of us. Like if I'm going back, I'm gonna make one fell swoop to get it all over with. So that's, I think, for you, is acknowledging it has been a bumpy life for you so far, and that there are probably a lot of challenges, like why this is happening to me, why would I ever choose to experience this? And just this, I think, in one way is fortifying the fact that yes, you have made progress, yes, you've overcome, yes, you're still here, but there's more to do. The other cards I pulled were interesting because they, I think this is maybe what, I don't know if this is what you have overcome in terms of those limiting beliefs or those narratives that you've held on to, or if these might be the kind of the little pings of what you need to focus on. So the first one is about if you're looking for a partnership, if you're looking for that perfect soulmate, if you're looking for proposals in marriage, and this might not be about you, but maybe someone else, and it's maybe areas where we have so many scripts running all the time that we don't really see it. So possibly this might be something to step back and say, aha, maybe I am thinking about this too much. And this is a pattern throughout lifetimes. The other one is about being stubborn, obsessed with wealth, and your status, and being, either, I'm not saying you're greedy, but the greed came up as well in terms of, do you have some type of relationship where you hate greedy people, or do you have a lot of, I don't know, angst against people who are wealthy, or those who have more and things that not necessarily are needed. So I think this is directing you on the fact that you have come a long way, but these might be those areas where we all kind of have these pre-written things of, oh, I need to be married, or she needs to be married, my daughter, am I going to have grandchildren, am I going to be rich, am I going to be poor? Kind of getting past that, because I feel like that's really where you're directed in terms of those little things left that you still need to kind of work on and maybe focus on and keep on your radar, however you put that. So.
Yeah, perfect. And Cheryl, I hope that was helpful to you. Okay. And I just want to bring this up. Christine had said having a hard time as to book online reading. So are you trying to, Christine, are you trying to book a session with Jason or with myself? Are you on our websites? Are you having difficulties with that? If you are, reach out to us by email, and yeah, we can let you know. So, yeah. Okay. And Crystal Connors, is this session an hour, or Marina and Jason going longer? I think we'll probably, try to stick to the hour. But if we go a little over, it's not the end of the world. Okay. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Well, it's the end of the world as you know it. Okay. All right. So let's pick 3 more. And who do we have? And Jen Gurney. Jen, let us know you're here and type in your question in all caps, please. And next is Laura Snapped. I love that name. Yeah, just look out. I'm going to go. Perfect. Laura, let us know you're here and type in your question. And then we have Cheryl Higgs, another kitty, upside down kitty. Lovely. All right. And Cheryl, you too. Let us know you're here and type in your question. Perfect. And Jen says, I'm here. Yes. Laura says, I'm here. Oh, IFR. Am I a Virgo? I'm so organized. I'm actually a Libra, but that's in Western astrology, and I think in the other Vedic astrology, I do have some Virgo tendencies. So, yes. Thank you, Cheryl. That is very kind of you. Very, very generous. Thank you very much. Okay. And all right. Okay. So Cheryl Higgs. Yes, she's here. Perfect. All right. Put your questions in, you guys. And all right. Jen Gurney, I got you. And okay. So Laura snapped and Cheryl Higgs.
I don't know what that makes me laugh.
Yeah. Okay.
She's done with a long-term relationship, so I snapped.
Yeah, I'm done. Okay, so let's go to Jen while we're waiting for Cheryl to put her question in. And Jen says, question from my spirit angels. Have I missed any signs lately? I've been keeping myself busy with my life recently changing. Am I keeping too busy? Will I burn myself out? All right, Jen, what is meant for you will never pass you by. So you're probably not missing the signs, but you may be a little resistant to appreciating them. You sound like a really good person who would benefit from my Achieving Union course. Then you'll know when your guides are speaking to you and when they're not. Okay. What have you got?
The first card I got is trust. So I guess the question is more about, and I feel like this is where this is leading, is in terms of what type of busy are you talking about? Is it busyness to distract yourself or busyness to harness your creativity and make you happy and find joy and everything else? And I think that's more of the question, because I think we always get signs. I mean, I would hesitate to say that you're missing. Well, we just have to pay attention, because they're always there in some form or another. It's just whether we ignore them, we don't see them, we are too busy, we don't trust that it is something. We get in our heads and think, oh, that was just a coincidence, which there's not really such thing as that in our lives. Well, there isn't. I can say that for sure. The interesting thing is the dual messaging again. So the first I got, having a lack of faith, feeling in despair, discouraged, insecurity, self-trust, feeling disconnected. So I'm just wondering, I feel like these are the emotions that you've been experiencing. You said new life change. So I'm wondering if you're trying to control what you don't really need to by keeping yourself busy. So I brought up the creativity because the other message is about inspiration and creation and new beginnings, new opportunities, and growth. And so this often comes through when we say, I don't have time to have fun. Or if I ask you right now, what would be something you want to do to have fun? And that's actually a really hard question for a lot of people because it's like, I don't know what that is. And the thing is we always have time. We need to do it. It's important for our own well-being, and especially our physical health, our spiritual health. Laughter and joy are the highest vibrations that this planet needs right now. So if you have to schedule it in to have some fun in your busy schedule, clock in, clock out, go to the beach, whatever you need to do, and make it a responsibility and not an option. I think that's where this is kind of leading, that trusting that everything will be okay. It will still be there. You can give yourself some free time to have some fun and get back to it, but you need to do it for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, she said her spouse recently passed in March. So and her daughter just left to go to college. So yeah, she's keeping busy to distract mostly, which yeah, I get it. I get it. You go from, everyday life to all of a sudden, what happened to my everyday life?
Yeah.
It's not there. So yeah, this is I think you're at the point now. It's almost the end of the battle. How long you're going to grieve is going to be absolutely up to you. It's not on anybody else's timeline. So how long is it going to take? It's going to take as long as it's going to take. So, you are working towards something. Just don't be in a hurry. And I understand, keeping busy to stay distracted. And I think I might have picked that up on another reading with you, Jen, is to stay busy, to give yourself reasons to get up in the morning. And one of the things that you can do is, don't forget the self-care. That's really important too, is to make time for yourself. I get also improved situations. So things are certainly going to improve. They are getting better on a daily basis, believe it or not. And a choice will be made. So when you're ready to make a decision about what you're going to want to do next and how much time you're going to want to invest in staying busy, or if you can just kind of sit back and just relax a little bit, you'll know it. So follow that intuition when it comes in. Yeah. I hope that's helpful, Jen.
And I can't stress enough, and I know it's different when you're experiencing, you've lost a loved one and you're kind of alone at this point.
Yes.
I think this goes for everyone in terms of, like, if we're doing something that we kind of enjoy, we feel guilty about it. And I think that this would be even magnified with your spouse passing, and also you're like, I shouldn't be having fun because, this all happened. And I can tell you 150,000% spirit is like, it's okay. Give yourself permission. Get a coloring book. Do something that you would never do for yourself, and see how it makes you feel. And that, your happiness is what's important.
Exactly. Exactly. And we have to recognize too that our loved ones that are on the other side, they're not marking time as to how long it takes for you to start laughing again or to have fun again. They're not judging you. In fact, they're on the other side saying, "No, live, go, have some fun. It's okay. I'm all right." Right? Yeah. Okay.
I like to share a quick story about a lady that always part of hypnosis. You go through the death, and then they look back on their life and everything else. And this one lady, she lived to be like 95 in this lifetime, and she crossed the spirit side. But before that, she was complaining about, oh, my body hurts. Oh my God, I can't move, blah, 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 blah. And then she got to the spirit side and looked back. And then I said, can you see yourself? And she's like, oh my God, I look like an old shoe. And then I said, what is your family doing? And they're like, they're crying for me. And they're like, why are they crying for me? Why would I want to be in that old shoe of a body anymore?
Yeah. Oh, I hope we didn't lose Jason. Oh, no, we didn't. Okay. Yeah, just.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
It should be a celebration.
Exactly.
Even though it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah. It's a transition. They never leave us. It's like when you talk to someone that you're in the same house with someone, they just in another room and you can't see them. It doesn't mean that they no longer exist because you can't see them. They're just in another room. But you can yell out. You can say, "Hey, can you bring me this or can you do that? Help me with this," and so on. So, absolutely. Okay. So Laura snapped, and she said, "I'm in a long-term relationship that I think I'm done with. I'm a nice person, and I don't want to hurt him. But he's changed a lot, and I'm just not happy. I'm not sure if there is a right answer." Not necessarily a right answer, but you need to be happy. You need to look forward to getting up in the morning. That the time that you spend now trying to decide whether or not you're going to end this relationship. And you don't have to end it because, oh my God, that this person is just such an asshole and so on. No, the relationship has run its course. Both of you have learned the lessons that you needed to learn. It's okay to let them go and to say, you know what? I'm on a different path. And it's okay. I can honor my path. I can honor your path. I've never met anyone who said, well, you know what? I stayed in a bad relationship for years and years, and I'm okay with it. No, once they make the decision that they're no longer going to be in that relationship and they give themselves a little bit of time, the first thing that they'll tell you is, I have no idea why I waited so long. Why did I wait so long? So, okay. Go ahead, Jason, while I'm pulling some cards here.
One thing I've learned is spirit and the higher selves can be kind of brutal.
Uh-huh.
And it's only because they love you and they know that's the only way that they're going to listen. Or,
Yes.
And the messaging here is kind of brutal, but I think maybe it's the wake-up call in terms of showing a lack of commitment, laziness, procrastination, not seeing something as a failure, but seeing it as a learning and a time of growth. So I feel like a lot of times we ask questions we already know the answers to, and it takes us hearing ourselves through, what I do in hypnosis, saying, she knows the answer to this question already. She just doesn't trust it and doesn't believe it. And it's actually us telling her this needs to happen. But it's not completely brutal because it's saying you have the courage. You have to, tap into this as subtle power, and finding your inner strength and focus and putting yourself first. So in a roundabout way, this is kind of giving you a direction. I mean, ultimately, take it, or we all have free will and can choose what to do. My only suggestion is, if we don't follow our intuition, we're going to have to come back and do it again.
Yeah.
And it's a fact that it will be harder the next time. So I don't want to rationalize about it, but because it is a relationship, and I do understand comfort versus hurting someone versus moving on and being happy, but then equally being afraid, like, what am I going to do with my life once,
Yes.
A lot of times we think we want to heal and we think we want to do something, but then that very fact of the unknown is what holds us back. But that's the energy, that nervousness and that unknown is the energy that makes the universe tick. And so just knowing that fear might be healthy versus it actually being something of, oh no, don't do this. So I'm not a relationship expert. That's what the card said.
Yes. Yeah. No. I get it. And yeah, Laura, sometimes it's, that people will say, well, better the devil you know than the one you don't, right? So this may not be, you're not 100% happy in this relationship. Maybe you're only 75% happy. And then when that fear steps in, you think, well, okay, but if I'm on my own, then maybe I'm 0% happy if I'm on my own, because I'm used to being a couple and whatnot. Those sometimes, we got to look fear in the face and say, okay, well, get behind me, right? Propel me forward. So I get for you increased intuition. So you're more and more, you're kind of getting, you're getting feelings. You're paying attention to kind of what your gut is telling you. There's also a good deal of creative inspiration. So, you can think outside the box and what, oh, he's turning into his dad. Yeah. If I had wanted your dad, I'd have started a relationship with him. Yes. Yeah. And okay, I also get caring for others. So maybe, maybe this is a case of you not seeing yourself so much as a partner anymore, as maybe a caregiver, or someone that you're being relied upon a little more than you're comfortable. So perhaps if you haven't had a conversation with him yet, maybe do that. Maybe start there, and say, look, need to look at things honestly, right? Where do you see this going? How do you see things? Sometimes that could be enough to get the other person to recognize that there are some things that need to be fixed, and maybe there, it can be worked on. There, if not, they're going to let you know that, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm happy in this relationship. It's you. You're the one that needs help. You can say, okay, bye now. See ya. Yeah.
I'm a Cancer. I get it, 100%.
Uh-huh.
The cards are one thing, but real life it's another. Even when you do this type of thing, and it's, you don't want to hurt people, especially if you're Cancer, especially if you're sensitive, especially if you're empath. All that mixed to one, it's like,
Exactly.
you hate seeing people hurt, but
yeah,
some of those scariest decisions I've made as a Cancer, I'm glad I did it.
Yes.
Because I you have to put, as hard as it is, sometimes you have to put your own happiness first, and,
Yes.
and it feels guilty, and I feel guilty and greedy, but if I've learned anything from Spirit, is we can't heal the world, we can't make everyone happy, we can't carry all of that with us all the time, because we're just not equipped to do that.
Exactly. Well, hopefully, Laura, hopefully you got a a little bit of something to think about. Yeah. Okay. So,
But
and
ultimately, there's no right and wrong
no,
choices. There's often sometimes different pathways that we take, and we end up in the same spot if we did the other way. So don't
yeah,
fixate on what's the right decision, because there isn't one.
no, no, there isn't. Yeah. And Cheryl Higgs. Cheryl is our last one today. And she says, my question is, after years of not remembering my dreams, I have started to dream every night and very strange. Oh, is this another sign of my opening up to spirit? Yes. Thank you for the question. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Yes, absolutely. So,
It's yeah. It often for a lot of us, um, it's the easiest access sometimes for those of us who get in our head or doubt things, that when we're in that state, that's sometimes the only way some of our guides can get us to listen.
yes.
So if you take dreaming seriously, and you go in with setting intentions like, I want to know about this, or can you show me that, or I want to connect with this, and having the faith that you'll get those answers, it's recommended by 99 point of 100 higher selves.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
If you struggle with meditation, anything else, just doing that before bed and just sending it out into the universe, like
Mhm.
you, Marina, said on the last time we were on, make your order on the menu, send it out, and just wait for it to come.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Exactly. And there, if at all possible, Cheryl, have a notebook or notepad or something handy right by your bed. When you first wake up, write down whatever it is that you were dreaming about. It doesn't have to be a narrative, and what, but just jot down points of your dream, and do that before you get out of bed. Because what happens the minute your feet touch the floor, most of the time the dream is gone. So while you're still in kind of that state, just write things down, even point form. Then you can get up and go to the bathroom and then go back and look at your list and go, oh yes, yeah, I remember how that worked together. But are they communicating with you? Yes, breakthrough in progress. So yeah, they are communicating with you. They are sending you messages um, through the dream, through the visions, because that's how you yourself learn. You're very um, visually motivated. So when you see things, um, you're very good at describing them and attaching feeling to them. So that's why the dreams are even a little more vivid than you would imagine. Just know that it's a comfort zone um, for you right now, because they're while they are communicating with you, if they try to do it in other ways, you can be a little resistant, right? You can say, oh yeah, no, that synchronicity, no, that didn't happen, that was just a one of. When you're dreaming, you're fully relaxed and it just comes in. So strength is needed. So just know that they're not guiding you into a direction that is not going to be for your highest good. So have faith in that. Yes, they are communicating with you. They are sending you messages through your dreams. And I think that they're also sending the messages in your dreams are, when you start writing them down, you're going to realize that they're a little prophetic, that um, they are showing you situations um, that are going to come up in your life. And when they do come up, you're gonna know instinctively what to do. You're not gonna understand why you know it. You're just going to instinctively know what to do. So have faith in that. Good for you.
And
Good.
also another thing too is sometimes it's not about the specifics and the details that are important.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we get caught up too much in, well, I've never been to China, or I've never been to another planet, or, I hate, I don't know, I hate going to that store. Why would I ever dream about it? It's, and I've been told this too. It's not about the details and, that map you couldn't read in your dream, or, who you were, where you were. It's more about how you feel in those particular situations.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's always an element we kind of overlook, at least from my experience. We focus on that was such a weird dream. I was like, it didn't make any sense. But then, how did you feel in that moment? Like, did it actually make sense, even though you thinking about it didn't? Or were you worried, or were you frustrated, or did it bring back, certain memories of different things you were experiencing in your everyday life? So the emotional factor is really, really powerful in terms of looking past all the, smoke screen of what you're doing, who you're with, and what, where you are, to how was I feeling in this situation? What did I feel? How was I relating to people? Or, so that's always something that is important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But good for you. Good for you. That was fabulous. So thank you. Thank you, everyone, for being here with us. I know we both do. We really appreciate your spending time with us, being here. Um, and I hope that you'll remember to like, share, and subscribe. If you're interested in, are you doing, do you do personal readings?
Yeah, I do. I do readings. I do. It's called Psychic Soul Body Wellness. So it's kind of a combination of my abilities I've learned that I have in terms of kind of tapping into lifetimes via
Yes.
Your current physical issues. It's not medical, it's spiritual. And then QHHT too. I do that, but that's in person. So if you're in Western Colorado, feel free.
Yes, by all means, you can go down in the description of the video. Reach out, go to Jason's YouTube channel. I'm sure that if you go in there and by the description, you'll see there's 3 little dots, and then it says more. If you click on more and then scroll to the bottom, his email address will be there. And so, reach out, send him an email, set something up. And if you're interested in booking something with me, like I said earlier, please think about doing it this month, because prices are going to go up. I just, fair warning. But thank you for being here, Jason. It's a pleasure as always.
Yes.
I hope we'll have a chance to do this again.
Mm-hmm.
And in the meantime, everyone, have a great rest of your day, and we shall see you later. Okay, bye for now.